Good evening, all. Engineer Pat 5290 coming to you with September's Q&A responses. Let's go ahead and get right to it. This was a really good month, guys. Keep those questions coming for October. Railfan for Life Productions comes in with a couple of questions. Good to see you, buddy. Favorite drinks, Fanta, Coca-Cola, or Sprite? I like Coca-Cola and Sprite, but for Fanta it has to be Wild Cherry, especially the Wild Cherry Slurpee at 7-Eleven. Favorite trucks for 18-wheelers, it's Kenworth W900, Kenworth T800, Peterbilt 389. Let me think. Let me think of another favorite truck that I do like. Kenworth T600, and also the Peterbilt 567. For pickups, Ford F-150 and the Chevy Silverado. Favorite fast food restaurant out of the three he's got, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, or BK, has to be Chick-fil-A. So thank you, sir, for your questions. My leg comes back. Good to see you, buddy. And that's 8105 or 1800. 1800. Five Guys or Burger King. Five Guys for the win. Favorite CSX paint scheme is YN2. Favorite EMD locomotive all time is the SD40-2. CN or CSX has to be CN on this one. Favorite catch of this year? I really don't have a favorite because there's so many catches that I have been satisfied with. So I would say, with this year, it's actually been a very good year with catches, and I think I'll just leave it at that. It's been a lot of good catches this year. King of Love Train comes back with a question. Good to see ya. Favorite UP locomotives out of the ones listed? Gotta go with the Tier 4 GE, AC44, SD70M, and the Ace. They're my favorites. Trainman 1993 comes back. Good to see you. And guys, please continue to come back and ask questions. Do you like Hobby Lobby? I love the variety of craft stuff and their vintage signs that they have. Just wish they were more into the train side. Favorite season? I like snow because I like winter because of snow, and I always like the spring and summer months. Fall is pretty good, but I like winter just because you get snow. So thank you, sir, for your questions. Stephen KC Railfan and Andrew Leop are the next two. Good to see you, gentlemen. Stephen KC Railfan kicks this part off with the 611 or the 4501. Man, that is tough. I like both of them. The 611 because I have seen it before, and the 4501 because it's a Southern. Thoughts on the Scale Train Spirit GEVO announcement for CSX? Oh, buddy. That's going to be a hot seller. Favorite types of cookies? Chocolate chip. I love those with an ice cold glass of milk. Hot chocolate or tea? I drink a lot of iced tea, and I like hot chocolate for the wintertime. C6M with the ACC. ACC. You think NS should paint two of their C6Ms into the 8520s red scheme? I wouldn't mind seeing it if they did it, because that's a pretty paint scheme. And I do agree with you on this question. CSX should have gotten the Tier 4 credit units like Norfolk Southern did. Favorite Mountain Dew flavors? I love the regular, the Baja Blast, Code Red, Pitch Black, and Voltage. Dine-in or buffet restaurants? Always been a fan of dine-in. The BN or the CNW? Definitely the CNW. Favorite UP paint schemes? Dependable Transportation and We Will Deliver out of the regular. And I like their Veterans paint scheme. Thoughts on the CSX Tropicana juice trains? I wish there were more of them, because they used to be a single unit train, at least in where I am, but you don't see it anymore, and that's really sad. I really wish they kept it as a unit train. Favorite BNSF rebuild? Their Mack rebuilds. The Pennsylvania or the D&H, the Delaware and Hudson, has to be the Delaware and Hudson. If you were to get an O-scale NS locomotive, what would it be? Well, any of the first responders locomotives. And I would not mind getting one of those in HO. Least favorite fast food chain? Popeyes and Bojangles. Not a big fan of those. How would you... Oh, hold on. I did skip one. Wheeling and Lake Erie, the Montana Rail Link. MRL for the win, because they still have SD45 still running that they've rebuilt. How would you like if NS rebuilds were OLS units? I wouldn't mind it. I wish there were more OLS units right now, just anywhere, because Norfolk Southern and let me think, who else has done this? CSX did a couple of cabooses. I know they did some Operation Red Block units back in the day. Conrail had some. Chicago Northwestern had some, just to name a few. But I wish there were more out there. Next question, does it bother you when there is hot weather during the fall season? I don't mind it. As long as it's a pretty day outside, I'm happy. So thank you, Stephen, for your questions. Andrew Lieb comes in with a few questions. Favorite steam locomotive by Baldwin? All of them were beautiful. I liked a lot of locomotives by Baldwin, even their shark-nosed locomotives as well. Favorite steamer built by Alco? The J1E Hudson, that Joshua Lionel Cowan, founder of Lionel Trains, used for his prototype. I love that steam engine. Favorite steam locomotive by Lima? I've actually never heard of Lima. I will do some more research and look at some of their work. Favorite coal-burning steam locomotive? The 611 by far, and the 4501. Oil-burning steam locomotive? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I have to look at some of the options that are out there, so I'll definitely look that up. Thank you guys for your questions. Continue to ask questions, guys. BNSF Bishop comes in. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you, buddy. Day's been off to pretty good. When was the last military train you've seen? I really haven't seen a lot of it, surprisingly. Favorite comedian? Bill Engvall, who hosted Lingo after Chuck Woolery. Jeff Foxworthy, host of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? He was pretty good. And Larry the Cable Guy. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't think so. Favorite Amtrak paint scheme? Their heritage and my favorite locomotive on their roster. Favorite locomotive? F40PH. Paint scheme overall, Phase 3 on the Genesis and Phase 3 on the F40PH. The Phase 3 as it was delivered on the Genesis in the 90s. The Heritage has to be Phase 1, the 156. So right there we will stop for part 2 because Take Username has a long list of questions. I will start that off with part 2. So I will go ahead and we will transition to part 2.